Hi and welcome, it's Jim from maverickstar Observatory. Guys, over the last 3 days or so, as you can see, we've had 9,900 views, and only out of those were 6 able to come forward and support us with a small amount of money, a very small amount of money. And I will say this channel has always been a charity. We've never charged for anything we provide to the general viewers. 58,000 subscribers, but I've been in business a few times, and I know when there's a good successful working model, and I know when there's a really bad one. And if this was a business, it would have been chucked in the bin a long time ago. It's only because of the nature of the topic that we've kept it going for those people. I know that we have saved some people, some of those subscribers, a lot of money, probably everything that they own, as a result of listening to some of the things that we've talked about at those times when that service that we give was able to deliver for them. But like I say, it has never been mandatory for anyone to support us, but we have a lot of people on this channel that just purely come for the information and are not interested in supporting. These are very selfish individuals that can't see the wood through the trees. This week, we was persecuted by allegations which led us to have to prove our qualifications and show the equipment which we use to prove that, first of all, the information is coming from a legitimate observatory where things are being recorded, not just here in the UK but also in other locations around the world. But also I've had to prove my qualifications. And I'll tell you what annoys me is when you look at the subscribers to other channels like on YouTube, and you see how many people are following them, and these people cannot see exactly what is going on these channels. I could be cruel and call these people out ruthlessly, but you know what, I think these days I'll just leave it down to you guys to find out who these bad apples are, because they are going to rot the old cart, and that's exactly what they're doing. And I just can't believe that they have got the levels of support that they have. But we live in a world, and we always have done, where the right people have never been given the right, the best jobs. It's always the wrong people for the job that's available, isn't it? But the levels of support, are closely matching almost the levels of CO2 in our atmosphere, which are, insignificant. And like I say, if this was a business, it would have been shut down and thrown in the bin a long time ago. I have on a number of occasions tried to explain to people that we do something different here to all the other channels. And all you have to do is look about where their information is coming from, and just listen to some of the things that they say about the organisations where they rely on the information of where it comes from as well, because they, on one hand, say that what they're talking about is the right topic, and they're giving the right solutions for that information that they are getting, but they're getting the information from the organisations that they're running down in the first place. There's nothing short of hypocrisy here going on. But that can't be said about poleshiftnews.com or Mavstar Reloaded on YouTube, because we have our own equipment, and most of the things we talk about is our own data that we've collected, and it's based on that information that is the topic that we talk about. People seem transfixed recently on the fact that we ask occasionally for a bit of support, and they purposely don't hear the fact that it's not mandatory, but they also purposely hear that they can get the information for nothing. And so that because they think they can get it for nothing, they choose not to support. You know, I am going to ask you guys, would you want anyone in your community like that? That was just a dead weight? Well, you know, that is exactly what we've got here. You know, people that constantly want to run this observatory down to the bones and expect still the information that we provide. I'll just say this, you know, we are not like the other YouTube channels, and we do things a little bit different on this channel. Like I say, we've got our own equipment, and that's the topic of our conversation when we're talking about it, and that can be, you know, easily questioned with, you know, other channels and what they provide. I'm just going to say this, you know, if you're interested in knowing what's taking place with CO2, with the amount of volcanoes that are erupting, with the latest position of the magnetic North Pole, and you should be, for that, just that one topic, the migration pole at the moment, you should be interested, because that is an anomaly that has came about for the first time in 12,000 years, if we're talking about excursions, but for the first time in 480,000 years we may well see a full magnetic reversal. And you know, it's just in the nature of reversals that the magnetosphere does weaken, and that, as you know, as we've talked about before, spells, you know, big trouble for us here. If you're interested in that information, tune in tomorrow afternoon. And, you know, I think I'll just end it here, because I know what people are going to say, and I'll just say this. You know what? If you're upset about me asking for a little bit of support, then unsubscribe right now. Don't bother writing a comment in the comment section. Just clear off and don't come back. All right? Because me, and there is a small amount of people on this channel that don't want your comments in that comment section, and we don't want your negative attitude here either. So just clear off. Go and find somebody else to wind up and annoy. You know, what we're looking for is people that support us, people that take this matter seriously, and that people that are genuinely interested in what is going on their earth, and don't take that for granted. You know, tomorrow we'll do an Earth Alpha at a glance update, and you know, I'll just say once only in this video that there is a link down there if you want to help support. It's entirely up to you. As always, take care of your loved ones. I'll say what I usually do. Bye for now.